Yeah, that's
piece of or stuff like that, would that be there if you didn't create that aspect of you to kind of like
I
Yeah,
think
would
that's
coexist
it?
with
fine.
you? Was you kind of taking the role of the main dude or something, or the main leader, or the main woman, or the main whatever? You know what I mean? These organisms on you, like you know what I mean? Is you even like it's like all of this? You know what I mean, bro?
Take care, bro.
It's like we are the God. Do we need ourselves? Kind of in a way, and it's like a lot of people say all you got is yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like I would say yes in a way to where there's non-separation except on the layer of aspects or perception. Like I'm looking at it in a way to where I'm a human looking at a higher self or something outside of me to give it that position so I can kind of act in accordance in a balance or something like that. And then the God
Yeah.
is like, yeah, I need this dude to progress the lifespan or progress this or something like that, or I'm a bless, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do
Yeah,
whatever he
maybe
needs
it's
me to do to fulfill his thing.
do it kind of, and it's wild because it always just kind of come back to you for some reason. It comes back to you
Oh,
on your stance on God and who God and what God is. And it's wild because I don't care. Everybody that I see that even get like that, get into psychedelics or get into anything, they always get this idea of God. It's always that idea of God that's floating around in there. Like, like it's hard to step away from that. Like you can't say, can't nobody come out and say, well, I can't, like, you can't deny God. Even if they feel like they want to, you feel me? They still don't. Like, even when they dive in, they see this higher aspect of they self, and that thing is God. That little piece right there is that's God. Because
because
go ahead, Ty.
I, at some kind of level, you start seeing that anything that's said to you is an acceptance, is a paradox, period. So, like, you
Yeah.
can see what the person's saying, and then instead of going through that loop again and saying, no, I don't know what they talking about. That ain't God. You can see what they're talking about, but, like, what they say, take things with a grain of salt, but not be so like, oh, this reality is bullshit, so I'm not ever going to say God. But it's actually, everything is all right because the understanding is what overarches all of the stories that can be
Yeah.
created once you, like, take a certain, reach a certain part of your mind, or, or experience.
So
Experience.
so what you think about it? So like, do the gods need us, and do we need the gods?
Do
What
we
you
need the God?
Yeah, do we need the gods, and do the gods need us? And if so, like, what for?
I think it can be like some kind of higher form of government.
Yeah,
Like
basically.
somebody say it's the government, but then if you don't got some kind of government, you see how people behave, even though
Like
how
animals, like
people,
the animals.
yeah.
They're like the animal kingdom. So
Because opposites attract, and when you put it together, it makes something beautiful.
what you think about that though? Do you think the gods
So
need us,
it's not.
Master
Yeah,
So
Creator?
it's
because
not.
like yeah, or we need them and they need us, and if we don't need them, they don't need us no more. It's all on, it's all on however the relationship gonna go. Like we got to give somebody power, and they need that power we're giving.
Because like
Or
these
if
days,
you're the god, you're gonna need a server, like to
they
serve you or whatever.
they be taking God to the next level though. It'd be like a real, it'd be like a love thing, like a
Yeah, they
relationship,
ready to die.
like like a male female relationship sometimes. But I don't know, bro. I was just thinking about that today because I was like
People make
going,
a song or something
huh?
and think that it's about a relationship, and it's like, oh, that person is thinking about the girl and stuff like that. But it can also mean like a formulation of themselves, like
Yeah,
relationship with themselves. But depending on if you got like I'm just making this up, but if you got like a teenage mind that's looking for a girl, it's like, no, this is what this is about. It's about the girlfriend and stuff like that, and then they make it about that.
It's all about doing the
I
do,
wonder when did
man.
the I wonder when did the I don't want to say it like this, but I can't help it. When did the God character even come into play? Like I wonder when did it come into play and when did it become a thing? Because I think like just over time we just kind of added to it. We added to it and added to it into where it just became what it is now. But like when did it actually come into play? I'm not denouncing God and saying God don't exist. That's not what I'm saying. I really
I
just want to know, bro. Like, because if we didn't have God or God didn't have us, what would it be? Like, how would it be? Would it still be a thing?
It probably came from
Okay, no
a
funny.
awesome storyteller. Like, like that guy that had a fantastic art for just telling good stories, whether he left a lesson in there or whatever. And maybe somebody needed his story. Somebody probably lost a loved one, didn't know where they went. What happens to us when we die? And they thought about their own mortality and stuff. And just this great storyteller that was able to tell the stories and have a big imagination was just starting to put it there. Like, oh, this is
Yeah.
what happened.
What's it,
That happened.
like? Have you ever thought about like how when people like have near death experiences or they dive in on psychedelics and they say they have that experience where they meet God and then everybody's like perception of God be different. It don't be the
Yeah.
same. Like it's like, no, I
hmm
seen him like this, and it's like, no, I seen him like this.
Yep. I used to have
You
psychedelic.
seen Lucifer, then you didn't see the true God I see.
I used to have psychedelic experiences in church, and then I would experience what people call God, that layering, and then I would say, it's not exactly what y'all saying. I see what y'all saying, but it can be this, it can be that. What about this? And
Yeah,
like, no, it's just this. So like, I think people experience this a lot of times. But what I was talking about earlier, the symbiotic relationship with mushrooms and just the storytelling of us in its reality period, it starts lining up to make things work out that way or
it
seem that way.
it kind of lines up because when you come into the world, you're given your perception of God. This isn't something that over time that you just build. You already gave. Oh, this is what God is, and
Yeah.
you build from
You already
that.
got the manual book. Yeah.
Yeah, you
They
already
gave
got
you
the
the
handbook,
yeah.
and it's like
But
you
really,
build from that.
but
Right.
really,
And
it's
you
your
build from your
perception
own
when you.
experience and you try to add that manual book stuff. Like, yeah, I experienced this plus the manual book, so this is what I believe God is.
Yeah,
I
this
believe
is
he
what
accepts everybody, even if
everybody.
I'm bisexual. I don't know what they
Hey,
were talking
people say that they say that
exactly.
God will forgive
Yeah.
you, but at the same
Yeah.
time God will destroy you. At the same time
Yeah.
God will do this, but God will. He loves everybody,
Yeah.
and it's
And
like
they'll twist it. They'll twist
accept
it.
it.
Like the word could say this, and they could read another scripture and be like, see, this is where he said he loved everybody. So
Yeah,
it
He
don't
loves
matter how I
everybody.
came. And then it'll be the other hardcore people that'll be like, man, since you're gay, you're going straight to hell.
It'd
And
be
that's
like,
wrong,
oh, oh, see, you looking at them other gods. See, this God is a jealous God. This guy is a jealous guy. He don't want you looking at other gods. You feel me? Just because she got on a red dress, you all up under her skirt. We can't have that. But I'm just saying, I don't know, bro. This shit is like I like the more I dive in and the more weirder things get. The more I see like the shit that we create as humans. Cause I'm fascinated by it. I think more because I'm looking at us and we're following this thing and we're creating this thing, and then I look at the animals and they just doing something totally different. They not even they ain't even tripping. They
Well,
just running
I'm about
around.
to say like what aspect of the God, you know what I mean? Like not even like what aspect of the God, like what part of God. But it's like nah, it's like okay, boom. You got the people who they be like, hey, these people took some mushrooms, they saw what, and and that makes it even more interesting. Because if you got,
All right, man.
okay, if you think about it. No cap, no cap. You got a plant who
Who's
retain
gonna tell the
memory,
story?
and the mycelium retain memory
Mm.
has been around all around the junk, been around all around the world.
You going in and out.
Actually, what
What?
happens like up near some of that perceptually? All right, hold on.
Pi May said that maybe the gods need us because without us, who's going to tell the story? When you think
Yeah.
about it, though,
And
Pi May,
who's
everything
gonna
Nah,
is
who's
that's
gonna
that's the
harness
thing,
that
bro. Like
energy too? Like, because at the end
we
of the
the
day, we're
aspect
giving
of
the energy away and we're
same thing type
harnessing it
junk,
at the
bro.
same
at the
time.
same time. Like, yeah, I give it to the God, I give it to whatever God they may believe in. You know what I'm saying? They give
Yeah.
all their energy, power, and way of living to it. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
but
like,
when you really think about it, let's say, okay, let's just follow the story. Like God created everything, all these things, but it's like when it comes to being good, doing things, like you do all the work. You do all the work. It's like almost as if God is like, it's like a nice outfit to put on. You feel me?
yeah,
Because when you put that outfit on and you walk around with it on, people go, "Oh, that's a godly man." You can tell. Look, he
yeah,
got a God T-shirt on.
yeah.
You feel me? He's real spiritual. It's like almost to
Like he,
me, it feels like it's just another outfit, like to show that you Muslim or Christian or you feel me. It's just another outfit to wear within reality on that you constantly you dress the mind in.
yeah, like he's a man of God. He
Yep.
wouldn't rape me. Yeah, that motherfucker gonna tear that shirt right on off when it's time.
Hey, but that be some real shit though, because
He wearing
that
that. He
people
was
be
wearing that
going to
shirt
the
for the
church.
time being.
People be going to the
Yeah,
church, and they be thinking the pastor is a good person because he's a man of God, and then he just do some weird stuff. He be sleeping with everybody in the front row. You feel me? Or sleeping with the what's the one dude name? Well, we all know him. But I'm just saying, we just from us having that belief system of what God is, and then we seeing somebody that got that same system of belief that we have. It's a certain trust we give them, and it's like, nah, bro, nah. See, I don't know. It's something going on. It's something going on, and we missing it. We missing it by a whole lot. I don't think we missing it. I think we doing it like this because you feel me. It's in order to get us all in our little groups or something. So we all have these little groups. You feel me? And we pushing everything so far outside of ourselves that we don't take time to try to fix ourselves. We let God fix us. Like it's kind of weird, bro. Now that
That's
I'm
right. What does it
it's
mean to
kind of
believe?
weird.
What it means to believe in different people, it can mean different type of things. Like some people can believe in things like say, they believe in Santa Claus. So they'll be
Yeah,
like talking to their kid about Santa Claus and stuff all the time. But another person would believe in Santa Claus, so around that time they perform certain duties just because they Claus.
yeah,
Like without actually telling the story of Santa Claus, but having that knowing what Santa Claus means to the world as if they lived as Santa Claus before themselves. But now they're in this realm where that's an aspect of themselves instead of just the totality.
people only. I think people only believe
Like
and they accept certain things is because of the gifts that come with it. it come, it come with. You feel me? Because
supposed to be showered, and
my
then they
God.
become
so you're
influencers.
telling me I can have 5 wives? Praise Allah, my brother.
it come with like many attributes. You feel me? And a lot of them you don't get until after life. That's
That's
the
what they
weird
say.
part. Yeah, that's the weird part to me though. It's like you don't get them till afterlife. You feel me? Cause soon as you kind of say, "Nah, man, I don't," I don't. They be like, "Bro, you now you going to hell."
Are you
You
sure you
don't
don't want those
believe?
30
I just
versions,
believe,
bro? Come on,
I
man. I
just
know
believe
you
the
want
thing
30
God
versions,
in
man.
the first place. Let it all
Every woman,
disappear.
every woman you had in your life wasn't a virgin, man. Well, wouldn't it be nice?
Wouldn't it be nice? 30 of them. The King Solomon, they said, had 100 and something wives. I said, God damn. I said, shit, it took him half the year to sleep with them. It took him half a year to sleep with each one. That's
Toss
fucking.
them out by the street.
But it's wild too because like I said, like I be feeling like too, they be using that shit like it's a sword. They be using like religion and the gods like they swords, but it's like to me, I feel like ain't none of the gods no different than each other. All the gods is the same God, just appearing to you in the way that you need them appear to you. Cause it's like, and this is what's trippy though. This is the part I don't like, right? When 10 people get in a car wreck and one of them survive and they go, God is good.
Yeah, it's a catchphrase. People don't put too much critical thinking into a lot of things.
At all.
They jump in
At all.
scenario.
At all. God is good. It's good you survived. Like I don't know what the other people
Like
did.
it
They
was
were
a joke saying, it was a comedian saying, when people say, "Man, I don't want to die alone, man. That's the one thing I never want to do. Don't I never want to die alone." They like, what is the opposite? Die with a massive group of people and it's like a tragedy or something.
yeah.
The die what
Yeah.
it's about.
Yeah, I always, I never could get that. Even when somebody famous make it and then, they get all this money and stuff, and that's what the first thing they say, God is good. God had his hand on me. And it's like,
Because that's the
Because that's
layering of reality.
yeah.
Just like
That's
playing
how
a
they get
pop
more
song.
sponsors.
Yeah.
So like, you know
That's
what?
why I
We're
say when
bringing him
people
back to
talking
the
record,
Grammys next year. We got to bring
what
him back.
God is you
Pushing
talking?
our agenda.
Yeah, what God is you talking
everybody,
about?
Pushing our agenda.
whoever you talk, whoever hear it. Just like Michael Jackson didn't talk about none of his girlfriends, so you could always fantasize that the girl was with him or the guy. Sometimes he was with the whole world, and his publicity made sure people didn't know about his love life for that reason. So people play magic tricks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just trippy, bro. Yeah,
That's how it goes.
like what God?
And put it out
Like
there.
why? I'm trying to still understand why God spared Puffy and took Biggie Smalls. Biggie wasn't doing nothing to nobody. He left Puffy and took Biggie. It's like, come on now. Like I don't
Uh,
like sometimes I just don't get that because a lot of people use
is
that.
a fun actor.
A lot of people use that phrase to they self, but then not thinking about okay, the little girl that got hit by a car that was like 3 years old, or that got 5 years old, got shot by a stray bullet.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. So
Like,
what you saying is God is out here sparing others, but then he got a group that he just fuck them.
they're
Yep, and then he was.
non-believers. They're non-believers. That's
No,
why.
There
And
you
they're
no,
go.
getting punished.
There you go.
no.
There you go.
They're getting
They was
punished.
cheating. Some devil got to them. Their karma is what a lot of people. Oh, their
The
karma caught up with
biscottis,
them. Oh,
the biscottis, ET, smoking the biscottis. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, and I still don't get that. I still don't get that. But I use
and
it
some
all.
people
I ain't gonna lie.
die.
I use it all the time because I like to see the spark in people when you give it to them. You feel me? Like when you talking to somebody, they going through something, and you go, "Don't worry about it. God got His hand on you. He gonna look.
Uh-huh.
God gonna help you through this."
I'd
And
be
You
like, you
heard
better.
that, didn't you? Because that's what I'm feeling, man.
God got
I
His
don't do
hand on
that.
you, and I believe that though. I'm not gonna lie. I believe it 100%. I'm just not telling them that in their mind, they are that God that's putting in all the work to make the things happen for themselves. I don't want to
Yeah, I
tell them
try to
that
see now.
part.
So I try
That's
to see now
Prayed
so
and
what they
prayed and
really talking
prayed.
about and what they trying to just put over to God. And I'm like, yeah, everything is okay. What are you
yeah,
trying to think critically of as well? Because most people are not think critically as, oh, I'm just going to like
yeah.
you think it is good to help.
Blondie,
So through all your critical thinking, all the
Blondie.
bad mushroom trips, whatever,
Come
it's
on,
something
just
else
Ty, that's
always
devil
there.
Yeah,
talk,
man.
man. You don't need to critically think about nothing. All you need to
Put
know is
your horns
God
up in
is
the
here
air.
for you.
Yeah, that's
Put your
it.
horns up
And
in the air.
Put your trust in God. Fuck that critical thinking. That's devil talk, brother.
uh uh uh,
Trust me. Our family always used to say, "Oh, you think too much."
hey, you know what?
God didn't give you that mind to think like that.
Now when people be like, God got his hand on you, I'll be like, he need to put it on that homeless dude. You know? like I don't need it no more. I don't need the hand. That person needed more than me. That person, but I never knew, I never could understand the split that we make and we devise in these things of, like it's almost like we making these people over here, these type of people better than those type of people. We splitting everybody and going, well, he the one. I know five of them got in a car accident and one survived, but he the one that God wanted to survive. So
Yep.
it's like it's
His
like what?
You
story
got
ain't over.
a lot
He
of
has
things
a
we talk
plan
about
for
now are life experience I grew up with and
But
had to be entangled with and say, hey, is this really what I think? Or am I just going to meld back into things?
yeah,
And then you get into the separation. Who I just was running. A lot of people, when they get into their spirituality, say, I don't need people. I don't need my family and stuff. I really need to see it's all still connected to the same picture. And that's why I was asking about how do people see things? Like, what does that magic mean to them? Like, when you're reading the book and you see a flash in your mind that, like, you in the book, do you think
yeah.
the person think they made that up? Do they think it's just, oh, this is a good book? Or are they like, oh, I was in there. It was so cool. And then they come back to just telling other people, yeah, this is a good book. You should read it. Like, how do
Man.
people really? Because then you're not going and say, oh, I was in the book. Because that person might not know about that, but they know what a good book is to read it or something. So they can introduce things and be around different groups of people and work the magic of the self. If everything is
you.
self, then there should always be some kind of magic that can be worked out. Even if it's
Man,
like you see war and whatever else the mind want to come up with.
them
But for the
them
most part, it's always
combined words, the combination of words is so powerful. Like it don't even have, you know what I'm saying? They'll start seeing shit if it's like equated in the right way. Like it could be like a sex novel, and you don't even have to see no images or nothing, but you reading that motherfucker, and there you go, beating off now, off a word.
Of word.
I was reading last night.
I'm like, God dang, you just gave me a whole prison flashback.
How many
I,
cartel books you
I
read,
turned
man?
I turned the page. She wasn't even fully naked. I said, I, hey, I took the rest of her clothes off. I
I can't keep reading this.
see.
I am
Hey,
poor.
hey, look. I hate to say this though, right? But I'm gonna say it because I don't give a fuck. Okay, look. When I was in prison, I mean, after I was young, so it was like, I
So you
was
had your
looking at.
bookmarks at the right places or what?
Nah, I was looking at it was I forgot it was one book. It was a magazine or something, a National Geographic magazine. And it had like
Ah,
it had the old Hey, it had the old paintings of the white women that was funny shape, but they I think I
that
ripped that. I think I
imagination.
ripped that page off. Let me keep this. I'm gonna save this one for for later. Like, how you get turned on by a painting? I said, yeah, I was down too long. That was trippy.
Right
But
when I
yeah, back
turned
to the.
18, I had to come in here, man.
People get turned by paint.
I ain't even get to experience a whole lot yet, man.
Hey, hey, what was that?
People
Hey,
minds get excited on paint and all the. That's why they got museums. Just what
what
kind
was
of
was
like
it
they
the
get.
was it the superhero movie where the one guy, he was like the reporter or something, and he was going around just like having sex with anything that had a hole, like trees, mufflers. He didn't care. He was trying to catch homegirl up, and she showed him the video. Like, bro, I just seen you trying to have sex with a tree hole. Shut him all the way up, though. I said, golly. And then I seen the video on
That
YouTube.
wasn't
Yeah.
a tree. That was a tall woman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Green Buds. You stepped in at the wrong time. I'm going to cut that part out, though. I'm going to cut that part
Hey
out.
Jamie, cut that part out.
Cut that part out. I don't know where these urges come from. You feel me? But they ain't mine. They can't be.
I own my
that's when that's when that's when people want to start believing in God. See, God created me to be like this.
It was
He
meant for you
wanted
to
me
love
to
Hey,
have
yourself.
these
that's a
urges.
that is funny though, because like, it's wild because that stepping stool of God and the persona of what it is, it has helped a lot of people out of shit, but it
Yeah.
has helped a lot of
Yeah.
people mislead other people at the same time.
Mhm.
You
And
feel
then
me?
you can just see the person is seeing themselves. Because you can see how a person is tricking a whole millions of people. A person can see what they saying to themselves in a situation.
Man, I can
Like,
see.
oh, I see how I'm acting. I'm a little Hitlerish right now.
Yeah, I can see what's her name sitting right now telling Cassie about God, and you know how he changed his life, and
Yup.
I can see a motherfucker feeding a
Yeah.
female hella alcohol. Man, the Zeus, not Zeus, but you know that other Greek guy was a drinker. Man, drink up.
drink
Come
up.
on,
Jesus,
baby.
that's what they say.
That was
Jesus gave everybody the wine. He turned wine into water. Said, man, keep the party going. Like, what are y'all doing? It's like,
just like you was talking about having sex and somebody playing like Luther Vandross or something like that.
yeah.
It's like, oh, they know the move. Like if you want to get into it, you grew up around it or something like that.
Yeah, that's one. That would be a good video right there, because everybody be trying to talk about Sexy Red and all these different rappers talking about sex, and and all that stuff, bro. They've been doing this shit forever. They've been, man. Oh my God, just go back and listen to the songs your parents used to listen to. You feel me? Go all the way back to R. Kelly first shit, Jodeci, and that's all they Marvin Gaye. All they was talking about was fucking. That's weird. But it
Even in
ain't
the
because
1940s, Yoel had to make me listen to this song called "My Girl's Pussy." He was trying to
yeah,
say it in a clear, like a clever way, like he was talking about a cat, but you know what he was really talking about.
yeah, yeah. It's
He
been
was
yeah,
utilizing like the double entendres, like I like
but
to touch it, I like to pet it.
when you think about it, right, this is a part of the reproductive programming. This is what these certain things help us keep reproducing and reproducing. You feel me? In many types of ways. Like the animals, they spray out pheromones. Like these are our pheromones. You feel me? As soon as we put that R. Kelly on and she smell it, she already know what it is. Don't put on no H Town ladies edition. Oh yeah, she already know what it is. It's like the ways to treat a woman. Draws coming right off. You feel me?
That's
But
why I
this,
tell some people, yeah, let's see what happened with nothing at all,
that's,
nothing,
hey, that's
and
crazy.
then make.
Yeah, with nothing at all. But hey, it's wild, right? Because these songs are not even like it's weird when you think about like the songs. It's not even really the person talking. You feel me? It's like her pussy or her dick talking. It ain't. It's they sexual parts of their body speaking out, going, "I
The
need to
God,
fuck something."
the God, so to speak.
Yeah.
The God is sex.
Yeah, I need to fuck something. That's all it's saying. Like the stomach be talking like I'm hungry. You feel me? All these different things. That's and Terrence said that's something Terrence Howard was kind of talking about. Like how all these different senses that we got, they all saying something different, and
Yep.
all of them speaking
Just
it.
time. Combine your mind with your heart. See what your gut mind is saying, and then let whatever come out come on out.
Man, hell
Period.
yeah. You smoke some weed, I guarantee you your gut mind gonna be talking about I'm hungry, I got the munchies. And then it's gonna go in and it's gonna come right on out. It's
Or in
gonna
some situations where it's like
Like
situations where
my
it's like,
gut
all right,
mind
ooh,
made a farting
ooh,
noise.
ooh, he said, ooh, that Chinese food just ran straight through me. It's like soon as you done eating Panda Express, you got a shit. As soon as you finish, then you right back
Is that a
hungry.
real? Was that a real walnut?
But I think it's kind of confusing. I think,
Oh,
well, it's not confusing to some of us, like, because we listen to it, but you don't know that. It's like as you going through life, you're not understanding that these things are doing all that, or creating
yeah,
help
it's
create
just
your
about how
reality
much
for
you're
you.
trying to fit in. It's about how much you're trying to fit in too. Because when you try to fit in with things, then you like just go with the flow. But you see, like example in school, how people will get into things and probably not do they schoolwork and stuff, and then you see the nerds sitting back, and it seemed like they other people, oh, they not cool, or what are you even into? You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I see what y'all doing, and then behind closed doors, they doing some of the same things. Like just, just how you're,
Hey, I think it is. Hey, I'm gonna say it again, bro. If y'all out there and you're listening, hit the like button. You feel me? You might as well subscribe if you're not subscribed. But
mask it up.
this shit, bro, has a certain pattern to it. Reality itself is a painting, and it got certain patterns and textures to it, and you can tell it because like you were saying just high about the kids at school, when you go to the school you can see groups of kids, and like this group will be dressed alike, this group will be dressed alike. You feel me? It's like it's a certain pattern that's going, and you just within the pattern, you just fall in the pattern, you get painted in somewhere you don't even know where it's at. You feel me? You might be gothic or whatever, you feel me, one of the emo kids.
I like wearing all black like the emo kids. It's just
Yeah.
because I robbed.
Yeah, you just get painted
Yep,
into the picture. And
I'm
you be
just a
yep, that's what I
robber,
think
man.
about. Because I was a gothic kid, and then I started having memories all the way back. I was a lot of kids.
yeah,
But just because you brought that one up, I started having thoughts when I got older. When I first started walking with my head a certain way, like looking down at the ground. When I first started hearing other people at the new school saying, listening to certain types of music and it being different or expressing certain things that I wasn't able to express at certain times. Like, oh yeah, yeah, it is like that. And then you see it develop because you see how people get caught up in stuff, and that's what I like about the mushroom experience in like stressful situations, which is like kind of the same, and happy situations. It's just
yeah.
about how much you're able to detach from the situation, but still see what's going on, or
But
as they
still,
say,
yeah.
see, yeah, have that, or in Christian stuff, as they say, have the oh, what they say, the Holy Ghost, the Father and the Son, all working at the same time.
Yeah, all
Like
at the
I'm here, but I
same.
love being.
you, you know
and
you know what's a cold
I,
thing though, Ty, about after having like so many experiences, you begin to like not know how to read people, but you know what kind of car they in, and you begin to just be on the same speed as them, depending on who you talking to. Like you don't try to
Yeah.
go too fast, you don't try to go too slow. You just jump right in the car with them. It's like I'm rocking with you now. You feel me? We on. I ain't even. I don't care
Because it's
what
like
it
your
is.
mind state.
It doesn't even matter what it is you believe because I see all these same belief. I see all these belief systems creating the same feelings. That's the way I look at
Mhm.
it. They're all creating the same feelings. And we all pity patting these feelings in so many different ways. We experiencing these feelings in every which way possible. Every which way possible. So it's like I can deal with anybody on any level. It don't matter what they believe. It's like, bro, I'm in the car with you. I'm just in the passenger seat. I ain't even I don't even want to be the backseat driver. Turn here, go left. Sometimes I just like to kind of sit in the passenger seat and just rock with them, listen, and just give my little feedback or whatever. But it's like it's trippy, bro. Life is getting way more trippy. I don't like the synchronicities and all that too much no more. Because I don't like to know what life is about to do. I don't like to feel like I know what life is about to do next. I want the shit to be spontaneous. I don't want to know what I'm gonna be doing the next 2 minutes, or I hate the plan shit.
That's what Garnet. That's what Garnet on this show I had to learn, and a lot of people with psychic things, different stories and movies. They deal with incoming things, especially when you're young, growing up, and
Yeah,
trying to talk to family or friends or seeing situations, and they're like, "Oh, I saw it coming, but I chose to do this," or "I wish I would have said something," or "Yeah, I see it." It's those kind of situations happen all the time. I think the matrix of reality that the psychedelics show people and stories and movies show everybody all the time, even people going outside and it just how all of that is happening all the time. That's why when
yeah,
people attribute those things to God and stuff, because it's like it's so much, but it can be something that's actually like always happening. But we create these stories to explain what's happening in our own mind, like the X-Men. Like some
yeah.
people would probably just choose,
Th-
oh, I'm like Gene or I'm like Cyclops, and other people, oh, I see what's going on in the mind altogether through watching the show, the different aspects of myself of self that pop up, that and that.
and I think that's another thing. Like people don't. I think we don't like even me. We don't see all these different aspects of the self. We don't see the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like each aspect as itself. We only see them all put together as one, and then we try to just let this good part kind of flow out. And it's like we don't see all of them just playing a part every time. It's like you when somebody cuts you off and your bad part, yell out "fuck you."
Yeah, but then imagine being on the mushroom trip and you hear all of that come out. You'll feel the person will feel
Yeah, yeah, you hear it all. You hear it all.
that. Or if you got a grandma.
I
Oh
got
no.
used to. I think that's why I got used to that black goo. I want to call it the primordial ooze. That's what me and Ozo call it. That black goo, which I think is the darkness of the mind that's creating everything. And this
The
thing that
unknown.
yeah, the unknown, but that it can take any shape, any form.
Mhm.
It can take any shape. It's gonna be whatever form or shape you need it to be depending on the individual. It's going to shape to that, even if it's given the shape from somebody outside of it. But it's got to take these different forms and these shapes. But the sculptor is like you the one taking this darkness and you making shit out of it. It's like we
Yep.
taking it, we making toys, we making places to live, we making all kind of shit out of it. It's that darkness right there, and I think that is what the God is. I think the God is that darkness. It is that thing right there.
I think it's both.
Yeah,
Because that's
yeah,
what that Terrence
yeah,
Howard was saying about. That's what Terrence Howard was saying about the dark matter and the sciences and stuff.
yeah,
That they say that all of the equations are based off of force. That's 98% of it. They just say it's unknown.
of
It's dark
course.
matter. It's just empty space between
Yeah,
planets.
Billy Carr.
But what he was postulating was that there's actually something in between the space. and that dark matter actually is something if we put our minds to see what it is. Like some people in the past, they used to call it the quintessence or the fifth element and stuff like
Yeah.
that,
The
and it
ether,
involves a lot.
What's up,
the
Exile?
ether,
Wow, man.
Yeah.
The
the
ether,
Hey.
black hole with a W.
the black hole with the W,
Yeah, it's
Whole,
holistic.
like a whole, the
wholesome.
whole, the everything.
Hmm.
The everything. And the only reason I got that perception is because every time, like when I go in, bro, and that darkness begins to turn to colors, and then
Yeah.
or it turned to these lines, and then it start creating things. Like like I seen a temple. It made a like a temple, like a Buddhist temple or church or whatever you want to call it, and then I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, fascinated on, how it's even made. It's like, oh shit, this thing is dope. And then the front doors open and then another one come out. And it gets bigger over that one and it's shaped different. But then that door open and another one come out of that.
Well,
And
Uh-huh.
you reminded me of my first dream. My first dream, I was sitting in the back of this cathedral. Golden light is coming through the front of this cathedral, and I'm in the very, 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 very back against the wall. And I'm a little in my dream. I'm a little child or something. And then there's this black figure with it. I would say like with its arm around me, but it didn't really have an arm. It was like, and I've thought about that. Like at
yeah.
first when I was little, I thought that was like,
I see
because darkness, I grew up like Catholic, so they're like, oh, it's the devil. So I'm thinking like I had a dream of the devil. And then later on in my life, I'm looking at that dream. It's like, no, that's God. That's like what we would call my higher self or like the all or the
yeah.
whole.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. And every time I seen it, it always like even when I wanted it to be something different, it was like, I come as what you think, what you need me to be. I'm gonna be whatever you need me to be. That's the
Right.
scary part right there. Because what if I need you to be the devil?
That's just what you think.
It's gonna be that.
It's
Different
going,
layers.
yeah,
It's gonna
And
be
that's
that.
it's,
It's
yeah.
just
And correlate was how much more of the world,
yeah. You going in
and
and
that's
out.
part
You
of
going
letting
in and out. Just Ty.
go. And that's I would say that's part of the letting go or something like that.
The
Like getting into
yeah.
the experience of, oh, this is the part of my mind that what it's thinking about.
Yeah.
And this how it does it. That's all right. That's how it's
But
like a
that
see
man, bro.
It's a huge
HR
response.
Okay.
in the office. It's like, why y'all do stuff like
We
this
can't
in
tap
HR?
into other frequencies. Yeah, we can tap
It's
into
a
all the
huge
frequencies.
it's a huge like slap in the face sometimes, or sit, it makes you sit down back on the ground or something to make you realize, or to have you realize that you're responsible for everything. And
Yeah,
some people don't want that power
at all,
or
at
that
all,
responsibility.
at all. And I think that's what it is. It's like we try to put that on something else or somebody else on the and something else that you can't even see though. And the cool thing about it because it's still right because what they're
Yep.
doing is right because that is a certain energy that we got these certain energies, we got the good energy, we got the bad energy. That's how we look at them. But this is something we created this good and bad thing. We said that's good and that's bad, and so it's like they're not lying, but
Yep. Like
it's just more to it. That's not the underlying truth.
hmm. I was saying, like, say you in GTA, they didn't say anything they was doing. Just do the thing.
Our
They could
frequencies is
decide not to do it. You can just walk around and
dimensions.
get a car. It'll
Yeah.
Yeah, side quest forever.
Side quest. This is the forever side quest. This is a never ending side quest. The never ending side quest. And it's kind of like I said, it always like the more I go, the more like just trippy it gets. And it ain't even trippy like to where it's just fucking trippy, bro. This shit just make you laugh. Reality
Yeah.
just make me laugh right now. Because reality can be whatever you decide reality is. It can be that. You got the power to shape it and put whatever you want on it. You want Donald Trump to be president? That's what you believe in? Okay, bam. I'm gonna make Donald Trump the spirit, the light in your heart. I'm gonna make
Whatever it is.
whatever it is, and just go.
I remember.
It's gonna conform to you, to you. It don't matter if we got it from, if they say, okay, we got the belief from somebody else that say, oh, this is what you should believe. It's still you going, I accept that, and that's what I'm going to use. That's the program I'm going to use for my life. And then life is going to be like, yeah, because you are God. I'm going to be that. You feel me? You want
Well, we kind of,
There was one time they showed me, well, in the experience that right now is showing us this experience. But,
everything
I
is
remember
energy.
showing going through the experience of being on different shows, like Homer Simpson was the day before, and those different shows we did with the character. So then every time I figured out I was the character, it had in this world, let's say it had more of a relative mind state of, oh, I signed this contract to become this actor in the show, and everybody is here to, fill and fucking do all of that.
You,
But it changed up like thousands of times. So it was the part aspect of the mind still not realizing what was going on until the aspect said, hey, I created this. And then
sound,
yeah.
once the aspect of the mind was
nice
able to
sound.
realize that it was that creation, it was able to then experience different things, like not going through the show as a character, but seeing how the sound stage worked, seeing what it meant to be in the director and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and the writers and stuff like that. People would say, "Oh, this is troubles and all of the worries," and "Oh, it was good," like all of that. You see how Steven
The
Spielberg directs movies and stuff, and then you get to the director. You go from the
Wow
director
Man
to the
Ninja.
writer, as most directors of movies were inspired by a book
Cheers.
that was written through
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. That
so
was
it's different in your mind and witnessing things and seeing what part of the picture it wants to operate in.
so.
But it's always operating in you. That's why when people say they see
Do
themselves
you
as
ever,
being a
Ty?
reality,
Ty, do you ever,
actually,
do you ever take the back seat and just watch your character and see what your character be doing?
that's what I'm talking about right now. That's literally what I mean. I was literally going through all of the shows. I was able to see the director and witness what my mom was
Yeah,
doing as the writer and different things. And
yeah.
out of all of it,
It's
and
like
saying, hey,
cut,
well, what is
cut.
this for?
Take
What
one,
was
take two.
it was just for the mystery.
Yeah. Hey, like when you was on that skateboard, huh? You kept on trying to do that grind. It's like
On
cut.
skateboard?
Huh? When you was on the skateboard, you was trying to grind. It was like cut. Take two.
Yep.
Cut.
Because you have the
Take
thought,
three.
the vision space of something happened. And what that like did happen. So that's why I stopped for this reality. Like, you envisioned it, so you take into that aspect of mind that's what's doing it. That's why you see people doing certain things in life because you're just tapping into an aspect of mind.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. People out there,
real.
sometimes you got to do that. You got to step back and you got to just put your shit on autopilot and just watch yourself and see how you react to certain things and watch how many personas you take on and you play and the different characters of yourself. Forget
But that
everybody
does kind of
else.
acting though. But a part of acting without hinges, without a security blanket, so to speak, but still
Yeah,
knowing everything is going to be okay. There's just something, I ain't going down there. It's dark.
yeah. Your
I
character.
got the
Go ahead, boy, man.
been in third person for so long. I can't wait. I can't wait to come back to be a first person again.
Yeah,
We talking right now.
yeah.
We talking.
I hear you.
Uh,
Everybody on YouTube.
I don't even want to, like, I don't know. I'll be playing both parts. It's like I jump in and I jump out. When something going on and I just let my shit autopilot. If like work, you feel me? Autopilot. I don't even be there. My body be there, just dancing around, doing all this. It's like I'm not here. But then I do like to see how my body reacts when it talks to certain people. Because when you're working in a place like that, you meet all different ages of people, and the way that that my body react to people. You feel me? It's like kind of trippy. Because if a person got an attitude, you feel me, or whether a person being nice, it's just watching the different ways that I come on to them. You feel me? And then if you just kind of watch it, you can see where you got that reaction from. You can see that none of the reactions are yours. They never was yours. You just borrowed them. You just
You use
borrowed
them
them.
for survival. You use them
Yes.
for survival. You or something.
Yeah, we got all these different borrowed reactions that you feel me. It's like you seeing your aunt or your grandpa or your grandma or one of them react like this. You feel me? And it's crazy because you kind of notice it because even when you see people or you see somebody that might have a shirt that say something on it, and when you see them, you can like memories of the person that you seen that had that shirt on or that had that thing or even had that car, bro. I'm starting
That's
to.
just the first level of correlation, though. But
Yeah.
how does it start?
What you mean?
Like once you start correlating those, like can you say that last part one more time?
Like when you see somebody that got a car that somebody got, and or something, just certain things. They might have a purse. It could be some shoes. It could be a pen. It could be something that you ain't seen a lot of people with. It could be something small. It might even be a phrase that somebody say, and you go, man, my cousin used to always say that. This
Yeah.
life does that like over and over again, over and over, over and
Mm-hmm.
over.
And what I mean about the first correlation is that people would then try to treat that person like the other person because they will get confused in a psychic space. And then they'll
Yeah,
start falling in love or doing different things until
yeah,
they see familiar.
yeah,
And that's cool. But also it's like that other layer of critical thinking. That's why people get hurt or wars start after a while because people start saying, I thought it was like this. No, it was actually like this.
yeah. It's even there. Dang, that should be like with relationships too.
All down to the relationship with people, the self,
With people,
businesses,
yeah.
like how we see
What
ourselves.
any relationship, shit, a relationship
Like,
with your
are we
phone.
really? Mm-hmm. Are you really using your phone? Are you using to take pictures? Are you trying to really see what it's about? Or you put it
Nah, your
down?
phone using you. The phone is using you. Why? I don't know.
Well, that's what people. Yeah, that's what people say about everything. It's everything. The board is using me. I
Yeah,
can tell when I see a skateboarder or another skateboarder about it. Well, you got the spinach.
oh yeah,
Like we.
yeah. Hey, it's a symbiotic relationship we have with all these things. You said Terrence Howard sounds crazy 90% of the time for some reason. It's cause he using his what's the one movie where he was a pimp? Hustle and Flow. It's cause he uses this hustle and flow voice. That's why. That's probably he using his hustle and flow voice. You feel me? That's why he be sounding. But everything he was saying though, I was understanding. I ain't gonna lie, Et. Everything he was dropping, I was
You know it's
understanding.
hard out here for a pimp
Yeah, when
when
you
he's
trying
looking,
trying to get the money
trying to
for the
get the
rent.
money for the rent. Yeah, I like that
But it
part.
was a lot of
You
things.
know,
I said that's one thing we gonna have to go over. We gonna have to go over that video.
from the flat Earth argument, it's funny. We from the flat Earthers argument, we see him as being he's so close to the truth. He's got the no gravity, gravity being bull crap. He's got the math being wrong. He's got all these things, but he's not seeing it for what it actually is. He's so close. the Earth is flat. That's why. That's why.
Yeah, but did you hear him? He said he could remember when he was in his mama's womb.
I know those are great memories. Some people can remember past lives. I mean, there's what I liked about it is he's talking about his goal. He goes to these dreams where he can go to this golden palace with he can go get access to knowledge. Just
Yeah,
sounds like a straight
access to
DMT. That's
information.
just
Yeah,
that's a DMT trip. That's like straight DMT.
mushrooms too,
Yeah, mushrooms.
mushrooms too.
Exactly.
Psychedelics in general.
That part
Psychedelics in
about it,
general.
I like that part about that. Like whatever he. But then again, I'm like, what is this? Okay, he's getting like, but he's been connected to Hollywood. He's been MK Ultra. Maybe he's been given this knowledge just to be a disinformation agent now. And now he's out there just going, oh yeah, look at me. I
And
can memorize these numbers, and the square root of 2 is this and that and that, and you double it is that and that.
okay,
He's
so if
but
if if 50% of what he's saying is true, wouldn't it be both ways?
no.
It's
What it would
like
be is he's so close to uncovering the bullshit that gravity's not right, that the math's not right, and then also that the Earth is fucking the shape of. He just got to keep going, keep going. He's about to discover the Earth is not fucking round, and yeah, there's all sorts of shit.
I wonder where he gonna go to.
No, I think
Where
he
is he
mentioned
trying to?
No, but he's allowed to do this because he's a disinformation. He's been MK ultrafied. He's been part of Hollywood for too long. It's just
Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly,
allegedly, yeah. That
allegedly. Let's just
right,
say allegedly,
right,
because I don't know.
exactly. That's just a perspective on it. See, because everyone's talking about Terrence Howard. But 6 months ago, before he was even on the Joe Rogan podcast, we were hanging out. And I brought him up, and I said, hey, you guys seen this equation problem that he was talking about one time, 1 times 1 equaling
Yeah,
2, and then he does the square root of 2, and he goes back and forth and goes, it doesn't. It's like it shouldn't. There's a problem with the math there, and we were
he
talking
did.
about that for a while.
Yeah.
I
No,
knew
yeah,
he had dove
but
in once years ago when he said, "I opened the flower of life perfectly." When he
yeah,
said
he
that,
had
I
that one
said,
crazy
"Yeah,
interview.
yeah." I said,
Yeah,
"Okay, here we go. Here
yeah.
we go."
I've been on Terrence. I've been on his vibe for a while. I've been watching Terrence Howard, but
Yeah,
now that
You
he's finally
gotta,
on Joe Rogan, now everyone's all, oh, Terrence Howard's a genius, and I'm like, no,
man.
here you go, everyone's falling for the trap.
It
Right
take
there,
it
everybody.
take every it take a person like that, which is crazy, to open everybody mind and make them go and look.
They
That's what
need.
I think is dope about that. Like almost like ancient aliens, right? We know ancient aliens was a plot. It was some shit they threw on us, but that ancient aliens gave you a gang of secrets, a lot of shit that you didn't know about that you had to go look up and
Well, they
find
knew
out.
people were trying. Well, they knew people were already trying to wake up, or were waking up. So they throw up all this this misinformation that's part truth in it. So you think, oh, now this is it, but they steering you. They're guiding you down
Yeah, they
they're going here,
is.
yeah, here's some truth. Here, it's
Here's
so
some
nice to know
truth.
this, right? But then they're guiding you down,
It's
and then
like
they're using nice
here's some truth.
actors that you love, Terrence Howard. They're gonna, yeah, and then
Yeah, no,
they're
this is
I
the
guiding you
think
but
down this
this
path
is
that's
what I know
steering you
about
away
oh
from the
go
truth
ahead,
again.
Ty. Go ahead,
I
Ty.
think in the mind of all sides, because for everything that he is saying, that people say, is always gonna come with a lifestyle. Even if he said everything cool, somebody would probably still say, "Oh well, look what he did with his wrist," or something like that.
Yeah.
People always gonna find fault in what people saying. I just think it's just the story of anybody hearing something more than what they heard before, or like questioning what they grew up with too. Because then it'll
Yeah.
make you question different things about their life, about what they grew up with, which then would just awaken the mind, because well, open the mind more, because not giving up a perspective, but to seeing more
Mosquito
perspectives
Walk
of what
season ended.
life, the beauty of life is,
I
or the
can't hear you.
life,
Huh?
whatever it is,
What's
whatever
that?
beauty.
Mosquito Walk season ended.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
And
Terrence in
also,
the
Dad,
beginning, he did mention the thing about flat
Huh?
Earth. He was saying they
am I still
invented
on the
straight
basketball
line.
team?
Man, I'm talking to
Am
you
I?
while I'm done. Yeah. You're still a basketball player. But but no. Uh I don't know, bro. I do I kinda feel like I know. But I don't. I feel like, it's just
Yeah,
another way to make people look into things. You feel me?
yeah,
It make you go and search, cause like it was a lot of shit I didn't know about. until I
but
seen
Eric,
ancient aliens. I wasn't even into none of that stuff, and it didn't. Ancient aliens to me didn't have nothing to do with aliens. It's just we're about to show you, give you a brief history lesson. We're gonna show you Puma Punku. We're gonna show you this place. We're gonna show you this place. We're gonna show you this place. We're gonna show you places you never knew about. But we're gonna just use the aliens to make, yeah, you know, the pyramids and who do you think built them? We think the aliens built them. That didn't. I wasn't even caring about none of that. I didn't even look at it like that. I just looked at it as like, oh dang, all these ancient structures. I never knew about none of these places. It just opened my eyes to things. And like that's the same with Terrence Howard. Him saying what he's saying. Each person is gonna grab their little part and they gonna go do their research on it and they gonna find out if it's real or fake. But it's gonna make them dive into that thing. It's gonna be another
right?
rabbit hole.
But you're only finally hearing about it because it's him talking about it now. But there's people been talking about
Yeah,
this,
been talking
like
about it.
Eric Dubay. Eric Dubay's been all on about gravity being fucked up and for a long time. But since he's like his main thing is flat Earth, no one wants to talk to him, even though
Yeah.
he was supposed to be in a debate on Joe Rogan podcast. But then they fucking then they canceled it
Ah.
because they knew that because Neil deGrasse Tyson won't debate flat earthers because they knew he'd be fucking ruined.
uh, Neil deGrasse
Hey,
Tyson.
true, everybody.
What's up, baby?
Yeah. Guys
Neil
got like
deGrasse Tyson. Neil deGrasse
Neil
Tyson.
deGrasse Tyson out there.
But that's another person. He don't have all of it, but he got enough to open people's eyes and make them look into it. Cause I'll guarantee you, everybody gonna do the same thing. We gonna go look, and then what we gonna do? We gonna continue our routine. We gonna get up. We gonna go to work tomorrow. We gonna feed our kids. You feel me? But it's still gonna open our eyes to the perspective on that thing, bro. I think that's it. You feel me? I don't even half the stuff he was saying. I don't even know if it's true. Some of the things he was saying, I know I seen on the experiences. I know I seen 100%, and I can understand what he was saying. But other parts, it was just like
I love, yeah, the parts that were definitely DMT-ish, where it was talking about his dreams and stuff. Yeah.
Is Flat Earth Dave still doing videos?
Yeah, David Weiss, he's out every day.
Yeah.
He just goes on podcast to podcast to podcast. He's just working like that's what he does, man. He goes out there and goes on all the podcasts to spread this information, dude. He's so awesome. You gotta get him, get an email that guy, get him back on, David Weiss, man.
Yeah. I need to hit him up. I think I still got his number in my phone.
Oh, please get him back on.
It's been a minute. That'd be a good one. David Wise is somebody you just kind of just let talk, and then let everybody ask him questions.
But he knows, he's been through the argument so many freaking times. He's a master at it now. He knows all, he knows all the fuck. He knows everything exactly.
Did anybody ever win that Bitcoin from him?
No, hell no, because nobody still nobody can prove him wrong.
So do you actually think right now, Wild Man Ninja, that nobody can prove that the Earth is round?
Nope, because it's not round.
It's pictures of it though.
They're all CGI. They're provably CGI too, because even they say in the little, they can't lie. It says artist rendition.
No.
Yeah, it's all CGI. Everything they put, everything on the fucking thing is artist.
I ain't even
CGI.
I don't know, bro, because they got satellites, right? So these
satellites
are not taking real pictures. Is what you telling
me? Like $70 million a day. You think they can't fake a couple things? It's really easy, and it's not that hard even. David Weiss, like, this is the thing. If David Weiss was here right now, he would go, yeah, here's that point about this, and then he would go, blah, 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 yeah.
Hey, here's something.
Exactly how they're faking everything. He bring up all the fucking things he already knows you're about to say, and then go, here's the proof. Here's the video. Here's the NASA. Here's the videos.
Here's something. They can, you know how those blue and
You're breaking up.
Yeah. And I noticed every time you put a balloon up, pop.
Man,
It,
ain't
I
no
kind of,
CGI.
those balloons, they can fly up. It can fly up.
You're
Fly up,
breaking up.
and it, yeah.
Oh, good looking out, Master Creator. We don't hear you, Eric B. You and Just
Oh, can you
Ty.
hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
can
we're
you hear
missing
me
it.
now?
Okay,
I'm gonna
yeah,
say
we hear you better now.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know those balloons that up, and that's
Man.
that. No,
Yeah, you
gone.
see.
So how can so how like
What?
can go up so high, but after that it pops because it's like what they said the
The
universe
firmament.
always universe vacuum. So how can they picture of this existence reality when every time when they
And you
miss
still going in and
so
out. You gotta get to a better
it,
spot. You
oh,
I think
going in
I
and out, but we understand what you're saying about the
a little
balloons
bit.
going up and how they pop it. Yeah,
yeah
we
okay
understanding that.
true it matters.
And yeah, most of the people that's out there always remember. I forgot to share Discord. I'll share it, but you can come in and you can chop it up. I know we always kind of go into another direction, but that's just how it go, bro. We just start from one place and then we end up where we gonna be. Okay, get used
Hey,
to
true.
it.
Is this better?
Take it easy, but take it.
Nah, it's not. It's not. I ain't gonna hold you like
Just said
Khan say. No, it's not better.
I ain't gonna hold you,
broke.
bro. David Weiss would say
You get worse
that.
every time you start talking.
David Weiss would say we've sent
Uh,
we've set we've sent balloons up, and they go up to 177,000 feet, and it's all everything's flat.
Nah,
Flat, flat, flat.
the one that got me is remember the what's it called? They put the fucking GoPro on the rocket
Yep. The
and it
dog
went
cam
up. That shit
GoPro.
said pook. Hey, I don't know
Yep.
what it hit. I don't know what it hit, but it knocked it right back down. And I'm like, bro. But then that's weird because you know when you have the mushroom experiences where you see the sky being just a mirror of down here, bro. That it's the most fascinating thing. It's like the sky is literally a mirror of this, and like that is just the reflection. They just reflections bouncing off of each other like it's no in between. You feel me? And bro, it's the most fascinating thing. I don't even know how to even put it in words. And I want to put it into the okay, as above, so below. But no, that's not it's way more fascinating than just saying that. Like that shit, everything that was in my room was in the same position each star was, each planet was. Bro, I'm looking at I was freaking out, but I wasn't freaking out because it was like when you there, it's like you understand it. But until you get back, when you get back, you kind of lose it. But I'm telling you, bro, you will have to see it and go, God damn, I was like, man, there's no way they can go out there. That's like trying to
Some
go through
people.
your mirror.
Yeah.
It's
That's why
literally.
people align their objects certain ways, or just seeing that it was aligned that way.
Yeah, but
Well,
it would literally be
stars,
trying to
like you
like
say.
you trying to go through your mirror. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
impossible. Right now on this level, it's impossible. But
Uh,
I still can't understand how that reflection even makes sense because up there, when you
It
see up there, you see
depends on what
stars
you
and
mean by
planets
going
and
through.
shit. Yeah, like go. Yeah,
what how do you believe?
like
How do you what do you,
I mean,
back to
like
that question
you
from
like
earlier?
trying to
Like,
like if you
what?
go up to your mirror and that's why you can put a
No, I
towel
see
on
what
your
you're
mirror and
saying.
clean them spots off of it. But
Hmm.
that up there though, just how that was a reflection of this. Yeah, you will fucking have to see that shit, man. That
I
was
know what you're
trippy.
talking about.
That was trippy.
I see it now. Like, what
I
is belief?
see what you're
I
talking
don't.
about, Ty. I don't know
I
what you're
don't.
talking about, but I see what you're talking
I don't. But I
Yeah, we
See
all
understand.
what
got
you're
different
saying.
knowing. The knowing is always going to be different to people. That's what religion and stuff try to say. Oh, it got to be like this. You got to know it like this. But the
Yeah,
picture is there. It's painted for everybody on YouTube. Everybody.
yeah,
You be
it's
rapping.
always there. I told you, I be telling them you think you ain't got it, but you got it, like everybody else. Like everybody else, you got it too. It's within you and it's within everybody. But I don't know, bro. Mushrooms is fucking trippy when you start to really think about your fucking experiences. That shit is crazy. That shit is
Yeah, you got to
weird
hone
as
them
shit.
in. I got chance.
I, I, Ozo said, "You not ready. you you
Yeah,
can't
it does
handle
come
the
to a
truth."
point. It's this show I was watching where he went through all these experiences, going to space, talking to, going through his dreams and seeing, being lucid dreaming and seeing how to interact with his dreams to go to physical places, like all this magic stuff. And he was a
Yeah,
kid, and then when he got older, they made a whole season on how he had to deal with all of those experiences because they started singing a song and stuff, saying, "Yeah, everything is good now. We did all the troubles. We went through all the universes and everything."
what
And
movie
then
was
yeah,
that? Was
it's
it
the
a
Steven
TV show?
Universe.
Oh, Steven
Yeah, it's the
Universe.
Steven. So it's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, Steven
But then the
Universe. I
other
had
one,
just started. I barely started watching it again last night.
oh word, now, it's like 5 seasons. There's a lot to it.
I
So
know.
it's worth it.
I
It's
know.
worth it.
But I started with
Look,
Blake. He already finished it. He already
my daughter
finished it.
going through it for a third time. She was showing her cousin, like, you gotta watch it with me. I'll start from episode one.
Yeah, but I'm telling, go watch that. Just thought, watch
Yeah,
that. If
Yeah, that's a great movie.
yeah, that's
oh,
real life. I
oh,
saw the trailer.
oh, did you see the movie? Wow, man.
I saw it and I was crying, dude. It was so good.
Hey, when he, hey, when he fell into that one reality and that other reality, then he was swimming out and he was in the water swimming and came and started walking on the beach. The little boy standing there with the purple dinosaur. They just looking at him like, "Where you come from?" And then all that was a painting. And he
Yeah,
climbed out of that, and I'm like, "What the hell?" I said, "Bro," I said, "mushrooms is cold."
yeah.
They give you the experience and then they show you it in another way, like in within life. Sometimes it might be a movie. Sometimes it might play out at work. Sometimes it might play out at the mall.
I really think it's an awareness thing too.
Yeah,
Like how a person can have a broken body and then use their mind to repair it, but also have placebos and other things that's happening in reality. But like, what is the difference between a lot of stuff happening? Because like things happen as a kid when people tap into things, especially like say a child is a reader or something like that. Like how many imaginations are they going through and everything that feels
yeah,
so real to them that they want to keep on reading? Like what is happening in their mind? But how they were correlated probably depending on how trippy their parents are. You know? Like, oh, you were just reading a book. It's a cool book, right? But how people live in their imagination. So most people they
yeah,
say, oh, if you live in your imagination, that just means you're gonna be homeless or you're never gonna be able to correlate anything. But then the mushrooms and stuff, they show. I see that they show people that how it's always happening. That's why some people will say, "Oh, it's just a tool," and then other people say, "No, it's everything." It's like it's,
yeah,
and then you take the mushroom. Yeah, it's everything and nothing. It's supposed to be like that, but the how we found ourselves in the story is what's creating the story, and that's been my experience. Like whatever the entity, um,
man,
as a characters and out there, they always like pinpointing to me what's happening with the curiosity thought in this level plane, if you want to say. Like, what are you curious about? Because that's what's always running the game, so to
What
speak.
I love, what I love about it is it's reminding us that we are lost in a dream, but we're doing it just enough We've forgotten just enough, but we're also aware like what's going on just enough to not break the reality. Because like you don't want
Yeah.
to be the asshole. You don't want to be the asshole in the movie theater that gets up and goes, "It's just a movie." You're like, "Of course it's just a movie," but we're trying to believe in it. We're trying to we're trying to enjoy it and act like it's real. So like everything around you, everything you're looking at, every person the us talking to our phone right now is an illusion, and you're all playing the part really well. But
Man.
really,
Hey, that's
but
what he
really,
showed me. He
it's
said, hey, that
uh,
thing, whatever that thing is, had me in there with the TV screens. And he said, man, now tell the movie that it's a movie. Like you watching the movie, right? Right now, you're watching Neo in the Matrix. Tell Neo that he's just being played by this actor.
yeah,
And he's
yeah,
not real.
yeah. Yeah, look around at everything around you and act like it and go. It's not real, but it's playing the part so well.
So
It
well.
looks so real.
Yeah. That and I'm telling you, I said, God damn, I said that's fucking trippy because I could see myself standing there talking to the TV, trying to tell Neo, bro, you feel me? I remember you in Bill and Ted's Adventure. I know you ain't Neo. Like I see you in other movies. This ain't your only movie. your real name is your real name is the TV is not hearing that at all.
But you don't want to. But you don't want to if you woke up just enough, then you everything you look around and go, you just go all right, and then you change it because you'd realize, oh yep, I'm the one in control
Yeah.
Hey,
of all
hey,
this.
hey, can you
That
guys
does kind of come up though.
I'm the one dreaming this, and I'm the one who chose to dream this
It's
problem.
just the character trait that comes about, as y'all say. That say, oh, I gotta let this person know, or they gotta see it like this, or I gotta create a whole religion or aspect and stuff to make
Yeah.
people see how I saw it. And that's with everything. That's what I'm like how you said, like listening to people, because that's part of that state of mind where it can see what's going on, like in a journey or something. See what's going on
That's
without
it.
jumping in.
That's
Oh yeah, that's
exactly that's exactly what we do. We take people out of their movie and bring them into ours. We try to switch their whole character up. Hey man, you're being the wrong character right now. Like what are you doing? You can't be that character. This is the character you need to be. Cause this character is the
that, yeah. That's a character all in itself. They got a
but
whole
my
story plot for that.
yeah, but my
All
bad,
right.
Eric B. Yeah, we can hear you now. You was
hey,
gonna say something, Eric B.
oh, that's the same thing, just like that movie I was talking about. Every time I'm watching movies, I'm always vibrating to these movies, and at the same time, I was telling you about one of the Celestials when I was watching that movie. I forgot what it's called. It was looking at me
Yeah,
in the movie.
Eternals. Yeah,
Yeah,
Eternals.
the
I was
Eternals.
out
And
ever since you.
that
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Eric B. I'll say
oh
it
yeah,
after you done.
that Celestial was looking at the same time I was staring at him and he was looking at me, but at the same time it shook my head and I was like, how can this me? He was there because at the same time I was vibrating.
Yeah.
That when he was looking at me, I was vibrating at the same time in the movie, just
Yeah.
watching it. So at the same time, just like we're saying that it has something to do with worlds within worlds. This is what Thoth was saying. It's endless stuff that's going
Yeah.
on
Endless.
besides this place. And
What
in
Endless.
you
that place,
said.
Endless.
yeah,
And it's wild because man, I was thinking about that, Eric B. Ever since you brought that up,
yeah,
this is what I was thinking about, right? What had me tripping is watching everything. Like when you go and you gotta clean up the leaves, you feel me, that then
yeah,
fell off the tree, or you gotta pick up some dog poop, or you find a dead pile of ants. Like everything everything that's created on this thing goes back to this thing, which is the planet. And remember the
Yeah.
Celestials, that they came
Uh,
to on Eternals, they came to the planet in order so that thing, the planet, that thing can grow out of the planet. I don't know if it was from the energy, because it's been a minute since I seen it, but I was tripping off that because I said, damn man, even when you go to the ocean, you feel me? Like the sand is particles of, like, seashells and dead creatures.
yeah.
But
I
but
mean,
us being people, we like this like we literally think we the smartest thing walking this planet or on this planet. We literally think this because we can build all this stuff. When it's organisms like the mycelium growing within everything and being attached to everything.
yeah. True, but okay. Even okay, the mycelium itself, it's a white substance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, behind that mycelium is nothing but light. And what? And now, even even in the Hermetica, I believe that they were saying some that light itself create existence.
Mm. I
Everything in matter is basically, what they talk about is within that matter is nothing but pure light in which we are.
Yeah, and I think
And
we I think it's I think that the reason we say that is because of the way we see, but the way we see don't really explains these things that are we touching outside of ourselves.
yeah. Oh,
It
In the
don't.
scientific way too, and
Yeah,
you could
that's
say
it.
that
but
we only see the electromagnetic spectrum is that a visible light like purple through the other side. I forget right now. It's only a little bit of the band of electromagnetic spectrum. Got gamma rays, X rays, and you go on the other side of the spectrum. So all of those things was creating reality, based on reality. A lot of people are just what we saying right now. People base their reality what they're seeing in front of their face, and then say, all
yeah,
right, it's like that, something like that. Even if I felt this, or I seen a glimpse of this go through my mind that seems vivid, no, that's just something I made up. It's not what I'm actually right now. So
yeah.
it has nothing to do with reality.
I,
That's something else going on. When really
It's
it's all
something
together.
else. It is all
Thank you.
together, but it's something else. Like
And
a
that's
lot of times, you know what I used to think back in the days, man. Like when I used to take psychedelics, I always thought that it was like what I was seeing was the way my my whatever it is travels through my body, from my brain through my body, in order to see the sight. That just that happens so fast you don't see it. So
Oh,
just think if it slowed down and you went through the tunnel in order to get to your eyesight, or you went through them tunnels and them pathways to get to your hearing, or to get to your speech, or to get to your smell. Like I always felt like I was traveling through these places like that within me. Like I was traveling, like my mind or whatever that is was traveling through these tunnels or whatever it's going through to get to the spectrum of light to see the light outside. I
hey,
know it
true.
might sound crazy, but yeah.
This is kind of understandable because they always say, even in the Hermetica, they says that no, not in the tablet. This they speak of the lords of the cycle speak of uh, within you is actually life that they actually say within you is the actual life,
Yeah.
and place right here is you know it's really nothing. The body is nothing because it's this place here. So now you notice when people when they die or they have a near death experience or they die, right? Not actually dying, they see other people in this reality. So when they see other people in this reality, it's just, this place. Now, you remember you were saying that about the lady, right?
Yeah.
What now? This is amazing because this stuff it brings me. I had this stuff that when you say it's kind of amazing because remember that time you had that one experience that that lady came to you and everything in the back of you was getting ready to disappear.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, like my hearing, every like this
Here it
reality was going little by little
going.
to where
Yeah.
boom,
So
I got spooked when I couldn't hear the cars no more. I was like, what the hell?
now when that happened to you, did you did okay, was it all everything was turning to darkness, right? From
It
your
was
point.
already, yeah. My eyes was closed, so it was darkness already.
Oh
All
man.
I
So
could see was her,
see that now
like
see that's
dancing. She was
I,
going.
now see that's an understanding. See that even the lords of the cycle has said the same exact thing as what you said. That only the soul now he said that only the soul remains here. The essence of the soul will remain here, and everything else will disappear from this. Where where this is nothing.
Yeah,
They were explaining well, that's exactly the same thing that you said. That he said the soul itself, the essence of it will remain, while everything else will disappear. So
yeah,
that kind of reminds me of when we lay down and our consciousness goes somewhere else to another existence. This doesn't exist because that darkness or what you were calling that all this stuff disappeared. That's what that is.
that's
When
that
we,
primordial
slowly,
ooze.
yeah,
That's that God. That's that. That's it. Which is weird.
That's
Cause do
hey,
you ever wake up and you like come back through the tunnel? You come back through the tunnel and your eyes open.
actually, I actually,
what is the basis of reality too? This is just a philosophical question, so to speak. Is the basis the body thinking about everything else, or everything thinking about it having a body? When it can't hear or have certain senses, is it the body cutting itself off from the senses, or is it the thing that is the thing? See, just not needing it as much as as the aspect of itself that it created that was used to it would think so. And it's so powerful that it can create aspect personalities.
Yeah,
There's not some people that'll say got multiple personality disorder. You see it on TV back in the past. Why are they acting like this? They usually act like that. Like the
yeah,
mom just acts on
yeah. As the mind do just create different personalities. You feel me? It just creates so many of them. I never could understand, like, like if you see somebody that's like a hardcore in and out of prison, tough guy, you feel me? But then they get that job at McDonald's, they don't be acting that
hmm
like like they put that show on, then put on this show. Now I'm the best on the fries. Even though I was a
Proud,
convict,
proud.
I changed my.
I'm changing my life around. I'm giving back to the
I'm
community.
giving back. I'm making these fries fresh, bro. You feel me? I used to steal people fries. But I don't know, bro. This life is just it's something. I wonder if somebody ever
and that's
talked to
what
if
they
so,
used to talk about.
have you ever heard
It,
anybody talk about that, Ty, about that the journey
about
from the
what?
mind to the eyesight?
Yeah, in different ways through science, through the soul peeking through the eyes. Them saying the eyes is windows to the soul.
Yeah,
Through a lot, so many different scenarios. Like how they say light takes time to travel through your eyes, or like you witness reflexes and stuff like that. It gives really, it could be so many different things. It's just based off the moment.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah,
trippy though. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that a little bit more because I know if you slow down that process and you was able to see it, what would it be? Like what places would you stop at on that journey of going from just, the mind to the eyesight in general? Like what places would you stop at? Would you stop and see Toth? Is Toth in between there?
I think an
So,
old shaman or somebody would say to just sit down and imagine, open mind up, see, like very open, like Khan was saying earlier. Remember, he was surprising himself. He was
yeah,
saying that he had his eyes closed and he was trying to open his eyes behind while his eyes were still closed. He's like, yo, nigga, I opened them up. Like
yeah,
that's the experience of millions of people through the that written down and told oral traditional stories and stuff. They're trying to relay this thing of what's happening, what the mind is doing, who we are,
yeah.
and
Oh, I see now. Yeah, because I noticed that's I say it so many times that when I look into people's eyes, I vibrate to it because in people's eyes, it's nothing but light. So when
Yeah,
I'm looking at their into their eyes, I'm vibrating with the light that's in their eye.
and
And when
that,
I vibrate with the light in their eyes, I can speak to Thoth, I can speak to the lords of the cycles, anyone. So when I'm because everything is that true. You were right. Everything is that light.
you
And when I'm speaking
you gotta go to
light,
what's name. Have you dove into the Bhagavad Gita yet?
all that Baba Jajita,
Yeah,
I haven't dove into that yet.
you got to dive into that. That's a journey. That's a journey in itself, right there. That shit is a journey. I think Exile put me up on it, and I ain't been able to like I still like go back and give it a listen here and there because once it started talking about the oneness of everything and Shiva and all that, bro, it had you like, whoa, okay. If it, like, like whether we call it light or whatever name we put on it, if everything is this one thing, why do we put so much on it and make it seem like, oh, you got to do this, you got to be like this, you got to, all these different things, but it don't matter what anything is being within reality. It's still that thing right there. It's that
but
whatever
that's
we want
part
to
of the
call
fun.
it, that light having an
Yeah.
experience.
It's just part of that love. Just like watching a child grow up and experience different things. Why you do that? It's just what my mind came up with. And that's what I said like
Yeah.
earlier. What is the mind? People postulate that the mind and God and stuff, whatever, is everything that's happening, manifested. So
Yeah,
it's like part of God, part of the story.
part
Like
of,
like why are we here? To do this. See,
yeah, to do
like literally
this right here.
every
But I don't believe life has. I don't believe that like we here to even learn anything. Like when you listen to the Bhagavad Gita and the way it explains everything being the same thing, it's like what is there actually to learn? Like when you are everything, you got to realize you're everything. Every time you step into reality, it's like you start all over. You
Yep, I
rewind, you
mentioned
start
that
all over.
earlier. I mentioned that earlier, bro. Remember I was talking about the different realities and the
Yeah,
cameras. Every
yeah.
time I had a different thought, dang, different reality.
Different
Until it was the
reality.
point of, oh, what is all of this? And
Yeah,
it involved my thinking, which was still part of people say, I can't think about nothing. But all of that is part of the thinking. So some people, when they get there, they start thinking certain things and say, oh, why is this? Well, all of that thinking is correlated to reality.
yeah,
That's why then people hear, oh, I gotta know
and,
the secret. I gotta know Oprah truth for what I'm talking about the
yeah.
the
Yeah,
prophet.
I had that. What's the name,
I'm so
man?
lost here.
Man, I had that crazy ass experience to where, I'll go, okay, like I'll be thinking about a bike, And then boom, I'll be in a reality with somebody riding a bike that'll start talking to me, and then they'll be like, "Well, we gotta go on Fifth Street because on Fifth Street, that one place where this person works at," and then next thing you know, I'll be in a like that two words from something that person is saying to me will put me in a whole nother
Mhm.
reality, being somebody and something else that'll start talking and we having a conversation and we'll go into like, oh yeah, and then the moon is, and then boom, next thing you know, I'm somewhere else with something happening that was pertaining to that reality. And like that, just that experience alone showed me the
Good.
connection that the realities have with one another. They're all connected in a way that, a letter from this reality, a sound from this reality can be something big in this one over here, but it's part of that one. So anytime you hear it here, in that one they're hearing it differently. It's something different, but it's still like it's each moment has a different thing going on that's connected to every reality to make all the
That's why,
realities, be whatever they are. It's fucking trippy, bro.
and that's why you
Hey,
hear people say,
It's
just
trippy.
pay attention to things that you're thinking about, because it's always correlated to what's going on. People say, I'm not supposed to think like this, or I'm not supposed to be like that. Or then they hear dreamers, or they hear their favorite celebrity or something like that. Say, oh, they doing it. They doing it. I wonder how. Then they learn, yeah, I just do what I want. I just
Yeah,
think free.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I
Which is,
seen it in the vision.
but
Seen
it's
it in
like
vision synced up.
tied to synchronicities be retarded though. Like I was having the other day dummy
Go
synchronicities. I
ahead.
told you when I
I got
my boss called me and was like, "Hey, you got to bring that thing back. You taking it to the wrong place." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I come back to the shop and I'm in there working and the phone rings, so I pick up the phone and I answer the phone and this is the shop phone, and dude is like, yeah, can I speak to Booker? And I'm like, this is Booker. And he like, yeah, man, they tried to call you earlier and they accidentally dialed my number and called me. And I'm like, okay, but why are you like, I'm like, why are you calling me? Like, why'd you
yeah, the
call
guy in
back asking for
Hawaii.
me? Yeah, in Hawaii. And he gonna say, well, I was reading a book and the lady in the book was talking about this guy named Booker, and it
yeah.
was a coincidence as I'm reading it, they call me and talking about Booker, can you? And I'm like, no, you got the wrong number. So I had to call back and talk to you. And I'm like, I said that was like the little connection that the realities have right there. Like that was part of it. I
Time.
don't know how his got mixed up
That's
in mine. It's just
hey, true. That right there is amazing. It's like what they'll say. It's like worlds within worlds, one
yeah,
within the other.
worlds. Yeah,
It's like separated by time.
by
It's
like almost even separated by us, because like
yeah.
us coming together and stepping into each
But
other's
not
world.
separated.
It's not,
I
yeah,
think
it's
that's
not
what causes
separated.
frustration and confusion and stuff like that.
It's the separate.
Sometimes separation and confusion is cool. Like it's not an evil thing. It's just things that happen. Like, oh, I want to just feel like this. I want to act on this. Like that's just how things are.
Yeah, we
Hey, you know
always
what?
want to separate it though, Ty. We gotta
There's
separate it.
another thing.
But
There's another thing I tried the other day. Uh, it's an I tried. Now this is crazy. I tried walking backwards. Tried
up the
walking
hill,
backwards.
up the hill.
Not up the hill, but I just tried walking back, and when I walked backwards, it started to vibrate.
Yeah,
Man, it 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 it, it just it's amazing stuff because now you remember I was telling you guys about I could go back to where I was and I could vibrate back to where I was, like when I was in the mountain and I sat down and I could go back. I start to vibrate with myself doing that. stuff is amazing because that's what I'm saying. It's like,
The memories are for.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like, man, there is no, there is no yesterday or
Man, why you say that? And I just was thinking that. No lie. I was
so at the
I
same
was thinking
time.
I
life is
think
a
that's like
dream and asking somebody if it's not, then you feel me? Because you dreamed yesterday. You dreamed yesterday up. You dreamed 5 minutes up. 5 minutes ago up. You just dreaming it almost, it seems. It's like, what the hell, Eric B? Stop walking
This is
backwards.
amazing. It's,
I got something for you too.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go, Ty. Let's go.
y'all ever watch y'all ever watch porn and then the actors and stuff start doing things that you're thinking about? They look around, they look at you right when you look at them, or they squeeze something right when you was looking at that. It's like, oh, I was
Now I don't remember that.
it
I
finished on right when
I seen that not in porn. I seen it in movies happen though, like Eric B said.
porn is a movie. I
Yeah, so
just
yeah, I
talking.
know, I know, I know.
It happens.
Yeah.
One of the most popular industries, so somebody out there got experience just
So,
with the synchronicity of things of, oh, did I just think that? And then they reacted to it, and then I'm physically feeling the reaction to it as well. What? Whoa! That's why people are going to get caught up with robots and almost everything that's caught up in the
just
mind.
how
Some people don't see anything.
everybody gonna go. I don't be watching no porn. You go in their history. You go in their history though. You like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Right, I see it right here, right under your Bible verses.
I'm just saying.
Nah, but no, that is trippy. I never thought about it, but I
It
have.
could be what any start thinking. Oh, I want to go get something from the kitchen, and you watching action, and then they say, "Oh, can you get that from the kitchen now before it explodes?" Like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, this seemed urgent.
I don't know, man. I sometimes I go, I don't know if it's the mind playing a trick on us or it's reality. It's both. It's both because the
I
mind
think
is reality.
it's because what I think it's all within you. It's like everything is playing within. It's like, you know how we say it's like it's a loop,
Yeah.
but within yourself is all within. I don't really think it's nothing else besides that.
It's kind of
Everything.
weird because why don't it's like, I hear people talk about, a lot of different things, but then I don't hear them really talk about how all these things are just, it got our feelings on a loop. Our feelings is like on this loop thing. You feel me? To where we want to have this same feeling like all the time, or we want to feel it. We want to feel happy all the time. So we eat foods that give us that feeling. We listen to stuff that give us that feeling. We just do things that give us that keep that feeling on a loop. Like, oh, every day the same feelings, playing them out, but
That,
yet we're experiencing the feelings in different ways. And blankets, or something we might drink, or you feel me, somebody we talking to, but it's still the same feelings being recycled.
yeah, but true. But see, this. I mean, this is another thing too, because they always say that within well, the lords of the cycle say that within us is nothing but time and space, and time and space is in a circle.
Yeah.
So when we look up, and like say for instance, you look at the sun, and you in between you and the sun, it's nothing but a circle, but that's within yourself
Hey, Kristen.
that is spinning. So remember that time you were saying that what you call that thing that when people go to the fair and
The
and you
Ferris
see like
wheel.
something that, yeah,
Not the
Ferris
Ferris
wheel,
wheel, and the merry-go-round looking
yeah,
thing.
miracle, yeah, something like that. So when we looking at, because it's within us, it's all time and space. Everything
Yeah.
time and space within us. And time and space is moving in a circle, and we see this within ourselves. It means that the universe itself is based on that.
Yeah.
Within ourselves, we're seeing that reflection of that time and space as we look up in the sky, and it's moving around in circle because that's like within us is time and space, and that's spinning within ourselves.
Yep.
Just like
Yeah, I feel
just
What
like
like
is
that because
light?
I was driving on the freeway one time, Eric B, and I was like
uh
deep within myself to where I'm looking straight, but I started to make reality spin. Like it was like
yeah,
it was like
What is
everything within me was staying still, but my body was
still
going in a circle around my head. It just
and the
kept spinning like a circle.
that's
Hey,
exactly what
think
I'm.
about this.
That's
What is
exactly what
light?
I'm.
What is light? To go with your convo. What is light? If I can get into.
Yeah, what is light?
What is light? Like, is it something that travels through your eyes, or is it something that is just emitted from source? Like when you close your
Yeah.
eyes and you see stuff, what is emitting those light signals that you see as clear as when your eyes are open? Is it the same? Oh, it's light bounce off of this and it bounces off of this and it reaches your eye. That it's just a philosophical question.
But it's crazy, right? Because light is yeah, it's light. It's like the sun, like even though you can feel the sun like on your skin. If you was blind, you can feel the sun on your skin if it's 110 degrees or something.
Part of the simulation because they're in the sky beaming down on you,
we can't.
or it's both true at the same time, and that's why people the earth different things about time. People shape the earth.
Yeah, people
Yeah, because
shaped it.
I kind of thought that's kind of an odd thing because people talk about they like say for instance they can go into these tombs and and date people or trees. They can put dates on the trees and see how old the tree is,
By the
right? But
rings.
yeah, rings, but still, how can that be when there is no yesterday or when there is no tomorrow?
That's why we create yesterday. You feel me? We tell stories about yesterday like a motherfucker. So the stories don't even be 100. The stories be like about 8, 70, 60, maybe 50%. Not even that. Not even that. That's too much. Because it's 24
I
hours,
mean,
10, 12 hours in a day, 8, 9, 10, something like that. But I'm just saying, within that day, you only give a couple of stories within that day. Everything else is like meaningless.
unless they can put like basically seconds or like I would say what 30 seconds to 20 seconds within that now.
Yeah, but now, yeah, now it's today and yesterday, and everything all every day all at once. And we the ones
Into
who
reality,
create that thing that today, tomorrow, and all that. But reality itself is just one day. It's just going.
yeah.
It's not
It
no
just
yeah.
going.
Yeah, it's just one smooth, swift move of the hand.
It's like the painting thing you was talking about earlier. I know when you walk into your kitchen that it's even the same time zone as your living room. It's
Yeah,
probably things probably happened in between, but
Yeah.
just for us to experience what we want to experience, it's like no, I just went from my living room to my kitchen. Nothing else happened.
yeah, yeah. But you didn't
So
think
it
about
was
when you
easy.
when you
Hey,
stepped over your daughter toy, and then the dog almost tripped you. You all that didn't even matter. It's just the
and then
fact
the
that
whole world that's behind that creation itself, which can be infinite amount of things, not just what somebody call religion. Oh, the dog is doing that because they thinking this and that. You know, they thought that in that reality. Now I'm thinking that they did this in that reality, and I'm thinking they did that in another reality. And like everything goes in the big world of things.
Everything.
But it doesn't make it. But then when people say, "Hey, what is true?" Then true is what you work with. What's right there.
Right
Like,
now.
but I'm not true. Yeah, like true is just how much do you need something to be true to you to work with it. Like some people only
No
wait for
truth.
pain to change them.
There literally is no such thing as truth because it's all about perspective. What's true to you might not be true to me.
Huh.
Yep,
You
and that's
truly
part of the game.
rolling that
Because then
blunt
even
right
though it's
now.
not true, it don't mean it's not true because it exists in the same world. So it's like it's just depending on what you call truth, just like belief
Nah, but
and
everybody
everything.
hits you with that though. But wait, hold on, Ty, Kristen. It's an underlying truth though that is just truth.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I think there is.
It's an underlying truth
But
that is
also that is all lie. But I think the word lie
that.
goes around just from when you feel like things have hurt and stuff like that. And that does exist in this world, but it's not everything. Like we can come up with vocabulary stuff. Like people used to call them portals, gateways, mind expansion, or the sky opened up, or like different times depending on what kind of technology or their form of nature around,
What you think
like
about
how they would say they
what you think
enter the
about
mind.
gatekeepers, just Ty?
I think gatekeepers are just people that need to play their story out because something that happened. So they they're like, no, you gotta go through this, or you're not gonna be able to understand unless you get this. And I don't
Yeah,
even know what you're going to go through. I'm just
I think we all
no.
gate.
They try
I
to
think
act
we,
like they know.
I think we all gatekeepers. 'Cause we
Yeah,
try we try to keep you away from that
you only know
belief.
by talking. You only know by talking about yourself. That's why
Yeah,
I
that's
listen to
it. That's
people
all.
when they talk.
Yeah, you only can compare everything to yourself.
That's all there is. Because then you comparing it to the mind. You don't really think about your body and stuff like that. That's the same space. A lot of people say, bro.
Yeah,
And then
space.
certain people will say gatekeeping, like, hey, you got to sit like this, or you got to be like this, or you got. That's how I be seeing gatekeeping sometimes. But also, yeah, it's everything for every part. So I'm not gonna let you totally in to everything I'm thinking, but like this.
No shit, half the
But then
shit you.
other,
Hey, some of the stuff you be thinking, you be like, man, I hope nobody ever see this thought. This is
it
one of them
used to get
thoughts.
like that. I used to think, hope that my cat didn't remember what they saw. I used to sit there in the corner. Are you recording this? You know how people
Yes,
be
you
talking
just
about the ain't talking and all of that. I was,
yeah.
but
Like
then you see everything is always live.
yeah, I'll be like, man, I'll be sometimes yeah, I'll be having them thoughts. I hope nobody
And that
see this thought. You had them dreams too. Them dreams, them crazy dreams that you just kind of throw away. I'm gonna throw this one in the trash because it don't. It was too crazy. Don't make sense. I would never do
and
nothing
then
like that.
I'll say it comes out in other ways, especially when you say it like that.
Like I would never do anything like that. You did it in
And
your
like I'll be
dream. That's what you
it,
did
it,
do.
it's funny because like I was saying that one time, because once you're dreaming, it's really happening.
Yeah.
Because once
Nah, don't say that.
you thinking about it. I remember Trip Thorough used to come through, and he used to say, "Man, when he's doing the DMT a lot, he would say, man, you think that when you think about something, you're doing that, but it's just in another reality that you're doing it, and that's why
Yeah.
then you feel some type of way in this reality after you like complete that thought process."
Yeah. What if you is though? Hell no, I ain't riding with
I
that.
mean,
That's
well,
what
see,
the mushroom
it,
said. Bob showed some people
I kind of
about the
I
what?
kind of
Yeah,
agree. For my own self, because when because I noticed that every like I was saying the other time that when I got out of the dream, I sat on my bed, and at the same time I was still vibrating to that dream, And I asked her, "Is he still looking at me when I'm sitting on the bed?" And it said, "Yeah."
Uh,
So I'm like, that's I'm like, that's actually happening as this place is actually happening
at the same
because
time.
at the same time because it's nothing but worlds within you.
Yeah. And then yeah,
And
and
see,
then just think how many worlds that is though, because I got all these
yeah,
different worlds within myself, but then you got different worlds within you. Everybody here got their own like worlds like existing within themselves at the same time while this one is existing. And I think we create a lot of these worlds ourselves because we there like say in life there's certain things that when you was young you wanted to be a fireman or something, and you created that world right there. That place, that thing still exists within there somewhere.
yeah,
That world is
yeah.
still living itself out, no
And see,
matter.
and see,
Don't you
and
know
that,
people talk about reasons and stuff like that?
uh,
I think you can see a person can see reality in a philosophical way, and like seeing that mind created so many things that's going on that it also creates, but our senses can be so honed into this that I think it's basic until something strange happens or
Yeah,
something familiar happens if it's part of the culture to talk about it and stuff like that. But it's all part of what we created here because then we take those stories that we learned here and we talk to other people in this story train about that story. And then, and then there's no telling what other realms of reality we're telling in those stories about what we're just thinking about in this reality. Like say this reality is of a person in another reality. Like, yeah, I was just thinking I was on Discord for a moment. It was so real.
hey, 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 hey,
So then it says what is creating all of that.
just Ty, I,
Hey,
I have,
I mean,
I have this ability now, and I notice, I see, because I'm always experiencing on myself. So I do this circle thing with my hand, right? And when I do this circle thing with my hand, I'm opening up a portal. Now check this out. When I do it, sometimes, well, at the same time when I do it, I vibrate. And see, at that see now this goes see this is the same thing that goes back to these dreams, well, these other existence quote dreams that I be having. And it's the same exact thing. Now, when I make a circle with my hand, I'm opening up with a portal, right? And at the same time, I'm I'm talking to this was
that's
whatever is in this portal that I'm opening up. I ask it something, and I'm saying, "Is it daytime?" It shakes my head. Sometimes yes or no. Seems like I'm talking to myself because
yeah.
at the same time, it's like, "Is it dark?" And it shakes my head. Yeah, I'm
that's
giving it like what I'm doing because sometimes now even you remember okay I made that thing talk about because every time I had it's like a sun that I showed you guys. It's like a sun when I'm looking at that, Soph can see me. He can actually see me,
that
and at the same time I can feel this going because at the same time I'm vibrating with it. So at that same time he can see me at that same time. Now when I put it away, I start to vibrate back to normal. This is how I said this stuff is inside of us.
yeah.
everything,
Nah, it's
everything.
I remember having the experience like when I went to my brother house and I took mushrooms at my brother house. I was laying on this couch and bro, everything, Eric B, the washer machine,
Uh,
it was all going on within me. Like
yeah,
like
yeah,
all of it, and I'm like going, wait, this is trippy. I'm like, this is not making sense right now because it didn't feel like it was outside, like over there. It was in me, happening within me. It didn't matter what was going on in the house, it was going on within myself. But
Exactly.
I think that's a part of it because it actually is because when you just the vibration, the sound of it, you hear it. It's going through your ears
You
straight
hear
to
it.
your mind.
Exactly. Because I notice sometimes I'm starting to hear it, and yeah, that's because I'm starting to hear some sounds too. When I start to vibrate, not all the time, but I just vibrate instantly now. Even I can do it myself. Sometimes I don't want to vibrate so hard because if I do, I know
You
it's
might as
gonna
well.
occur.
That's what
Yeah,
I think UL was telling you that a long time ago. Just do it all the way and
yeah,
see what happens, and see
The
if you can
different
pop
avenues
out your
that
body.
go through the mind, because
Yeah,
everything that we have is a perspective, even the experience. And there's so many experiences out there on Earth that will shape the person even um does in their life because the mind is always active. So like you see people say, "Oh, I could just see how your mind state is," and you like see different things they doing in their life and stuff like that. And that ability to adapt and change is so natural because it's just how we thinking about things. But then
yeah,
thinking about things, it levels up to how we started this podcast with God level thinking or higher level or open
yeah.
third eye, whatever you need to say. Oh, I'm thinking more of myself. Just like trying to encourage, like, believe in yourself, kid. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm all of these things. Yeah, go do it. And while they're thinking of doing it, they're having visions like cartoons of them doing it in all these
Yeah,
extravagant ways. That's why when they then come into science, extreme sports, loving people and stuff, they're able to find different avenues than the so-called people that's already in the system or what their mind was already trained to do in simulation theory. They're now training their mind or ask, their mind is now using a different part of itself to manifest, however you want to look at it. But that's how the
however,
psychedelics and people that's expanding their mind when they get into things, you say, oh, they come in with new innovations. Or, oh, I thought this was over. We still going. Or, oh, it's over, even though we thought this was going to go on for 3,000 more years. It's just like bringing that mind state, things you experience, a person experience in their life and what they call life. Like
yeah.
some people are they talk about base Bible. Oh, don't get stuck in the root chakra and stuff like that. Well, in the systems, they were just talking about that being earth and being, oh, I just think everything is here, and if my thoughts don't correlate to here, then it's too much for me because I need to survive and stuff. And then they talk about moving up. All of these different systems got stuff going on. But in the chakra system, moving up to your heart and stuff, it's just different states of thinking of what the mind can manifest, what the person can do, what the self is capable of to the
Yeah,
person like
it's
going through the
all
thing.
that. It's I think it's all to that fail-safe system for the longevity of human beings, for the entity of the human, for the longevity of us, so we can be around here another million years or so. So we got to be a certain way, or we gonna die off. They always hit us with the golly. How come they always do that though? And it's like, bro, a lot we gonna die anyway. That's just part of the that's part of the act. So somebody
I
gotta
mean, this
close the curtain. Somebody gotta close the curtain. Might as well be you, right?
hey, that's something because it's like I start to feel this too because sometimes it's just a story that it's like we're are in a store like you guys are talking about because I'm looking at everybody and it's like everybody's moving and
Yeah,
it's like all these characters and in the within this story people dies out but actually it's just like no we don't really die like it's like I feel sometimes I do feel like we're in a story though or something
yeah. The
because I'm
character
looking
can't
at
die.
the character
It's like on
character
Batman, right? Like, like how many Batmans have there been? You feel me? Ben Affleck. You feel me? It's been a gang of Batmans. Batman don't die, he just get put in a new body. You feel that's it. That's it. It's like the human don't die, just get put in another body. You feel me? And just keep going. It don't stop, bro. It's just the cycle. This is just what it do. I think this is just what life does.
In the first place.
That was something. Wasn't Terrence Howard talking about something about Saturn and when it move into this one spot, it's gonna start to build like a life like this, like Earth or some shit like that. He was saying, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah, he was postulating on how every solar system started from a star, and then as it branches out, just like on that Walter Russell periodic table, the iridium and stuff. Once you go down, it starts. It's not that it's a different element. It's just that it's one source thing, and because of its vibration, and as we will observe the amount of quarks and neutrons, electrons, and stuff, is now we see it as a different element. When really it's the same thing. It's vibrating differently.
Yeah.
So he was saying that things come out of the sun, pressure, and that's why Mercury is so small. And like he was talking about the chemical properties, and then once you get to Venus, it's less pressure, so things are able to take like gas.
Oh dang. See, what's up?
But it's actually the same element.
See, I knew something was
So he,
wrong with the chat.
this happens wherever life starts at, it starts
Or what you
just the expansion
perceive
of the
at
element.
the moment. Yeah, dang, I didn't see Dasher Rabbit had said something. The chat was tripping out. Dasher Rabbit, my bad. He said, Dasher Rabbit said, reality is the moment you are in, or what you perceive at the moment, isn't it? Isn't it though? It's like the moment you in, you begin to create. Like, and that's one thing that you can't stop the mind from doing is creating. Whether it's creating silence or it's creating some tacos for Taco Tuesday. You cannot stop the mind from creating. Yeah, it's
Even in the
fascinating.
silence, something people just call it silence because they're
Yeah,
trying to not talk about certain things
yeah,
or just
basically.
say it out loud.
Basically, but yeah, man, this is getting late. I'm about to have to tap out though.
I'm gonna say
I
the
got
same thing.
I gotta work in the morning.
Hey,
I'm
did you
still
guys hear
Like,
about the
yeah, it's
that
fine.
sun
I'll be back
that
around.
that
What's that?
the Chinese built an artificial sun
yeah.
not too long ago, and they placed it outside. I didn't really see it, but this guy was saying that the sunflowers wasn't even pointing at it.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't see them placing it outside, but I remember we talked about that a long time ago when they had first did it.
Yeah,
It reminded me of Spider Man. Remember with Doc Ock, and he was like the power of the sun in the palm of my hand, or some shit he said. But it was like, yeah, he created like the same thing. Then that's weird how movies, help push reality, help push us in the way of making things that that a person just thought of and was like, oh well, if you do this, this, and this, you feel me? You can make this happen. In a movie, they can make it happen. And then it take a minute for reality to actually catch up to it and go, yeah, we can do that. And go, and they're created like cell phones on the
and then
Jetsons and all
pretty.
that shit.
I was like,
Shit's
man,
trippy. Shit's trippy. But I gotta tap out, y'all. I'm a holla YouTube. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one out there. Thanks for joining. Hit that like button on your way out, and we'll holla.
Discord. Come into Discord.
Yeah, come in the Discord.